So in 11.1 example 6, we're going to interpret the graph of a quadratic function. And so we have this guy that set a world record for the highest jump by a horse. He cleared a 2.47 meter high obstacle. So they created this function for his path. So it equals f of x, which equals negative 0.418x squared plus 2.033x. F of x is our height above the ground in meters, and x is the distance from the point of takeoff in meters. So we're going to use Desmos to go ahead over here and enter the graph or the equation into the graph for our graphing calculator. And what we want to do is then find the vertex. So use the maximum feature from the calc menu, but in Desmos is kind of nice. They already give you the maximum right here. So our vertex is located at 2.432 and our y value is 2.472. This represents his max height, the max height of 2.472. So our y value is representing the height when he was 2.432 meters from the point of takeoff. The next step is trying to find the axis symmetry. Well, the axis of symmetry is just going to be the x value for our vertex. And so the x value for our vertex is 2.432. So at x equals 2.432, this is going to be where the axis of symmetry is. So this means that his path before he is 2.432 meters from the point of takeoff is the same as after he reaches 2.432 meters. So they're going to be equidistant. If you look from 0 and then over here, they're equidistant. Here's 2.432. This is 2.432 after he reaches. So then if we want to figure out the y-intercept, it's where it's going to cross the y-axis. So if I plug 0 in for the original function, there is no c value. So that means that our y-intercept is going to be at 0, 0. So the y-intercept is 0. This means that when he takes off, he was 0 meters high. Oops. 0 meters high and 0 meters from the point of takeoff. So if we want to find the zeros are going to, we can use, if we had a graphing calculator, like a handheld one, we would want to go to our calc menu and find the zeros or the x-intercepts. But here, if we just use our Desmos, we can look and see the zeros are going to be located at x equals 0 and x equals, you can go look at where it crosses the x-axis at 4.864. These represent the points of takeoff and when they land. So the landing. So when his height is above the ground was 0 meters. So now let's talk about the end behavior. As x increases or decreases from the maximum, the value of y is going to decrease until it reaches 0. This represents his taking off and returning to the ground.